Ladies and gents, welcome back. Are you afraid yet? No? Well, you haven't been paying attention to enough Canadian news media. Here we have it. From Toronto Star, Canada has 6 confirmed cases of the new XE. G? Would you call it the G? Spreading communism through one viral load at a time. Here's what we know about the hybrid COVID strain. The World Health Organization, hey, remember that group, is monitoring a new recumbent variant XE, first detected in the UK and now found in other countries, including Canada. You can go to the Toronto Star to check out how they've hidden behind a paywall, but I'm just going to look at The Nation, which basically plagiarized their article and reposted it for everyone to view for free. Canada has confirmed 6 cases of the XE. Health Canada confirmed. First detected in the UK, Omicron's latest variant, XE, is the most permeable version to date, according to the World Health Organization, estimated to spread more easily than BA2, which was found to be more permeable than the original Omicron virus. Be afraid. Be very afraid. I mean, what we do know is that the Omicron was better than less. It was more infectious, but it was a lot easier to deal with than the original, and they keep getting more and more infectious. They spread much faster, but seem to be more and more like a common cold. But that, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so you could listen to the World Health Organization here. While the number of new COVID-19 cases and deaths globally appear to be on the decline for a third week in a row, the WHO warns this decrease should be interpreted with caution, as many countries are progressively changing their testing strategies, resulting in a lower overall number. That's it. The numbers are wrong. Be afraid. The number of tests conducted and subsequent less number of cases detected. Less detections. Last I checked, they were checking the wastewater, and looking for numbers there just to make everyone more afraid. Be more afraid. Despite public health messaging by Canadian provinces despite public health messaging by Canadian provinces in lifting pandemic restrictions, mask mandates, and capacity limits, especially the crowded places like schools, still seem like COVID is everywhere. Oh my goodness, the COVID is everywhere. So what do we know about XE? The XE, the G variant. XE is a recumbent variant, which means that it is a combination of genetic material from from 2 or more different viruses. In this case, XE includes the characteristics of both BA1, the original Omicron strain, and BA2. So they're related. More common cold, getting everywhere. So this is basically a lot about being afraid. Now, what is the World Health Organization working on? While they're finding new ways to make you afraid, they're also working on a global vaccine passport. So, you know, the one that we've been trying to shed here in Canada, well, they're working on a big baddie global version of exactly that. So indeed, despite the minuscule threat posed by the new variants and dubious at best vaccine efficacy, the World Health Organization is adamant that a global QR code-based vaccine passport system is vital for all future health emergencies, not just COVID. And this is coming from the counter signal. And I'll leave a link in the description down below to these articles. The WHO Gateway Service also refers to services as a bridge between regional systems. It can be used as a part of future vaccination campaigns and home-based records. It should be noted that besides the moral implications of implementing health-based restrictions in the wake of future pandemics, whether they be COVID, polio, or anything else, a global vaccine passport also brings up national security concerns, as the WHO and its backers would have access to home base records. Now, who is the WHO? Who's on first? They're an international body that isn't elected by anyone. It is a bureaucracy that is put in place, and it seems to be captured by who? Well, by the Chinese mostly. Here we have an interview from a while back where a reporter from Taiwan, or a reporter, asked about Taiwan. As we know, China does not recognize Taiwan as a country because China declares that it owns Taiwan, which Taiwan won its independence back in, I believe, the late 40s during a civil war in China, and has been internationally recognized as its own country for a long time. But China wants it, and they will not recognize it as a country. And we see this reflected in the WHO representation, which is supposed to be an unbiased organization out in the world. But here's a director from the WHO being asked about Taiwan's membership in the World Health Organization.
Would the WHO consider Taiwan's membership? Hello?
I'm sorry, I can't hear. I couldn't hear your question.
Okay, yeah. Let me repeat the question.
No, that's okay. Let's move to another one then.
Right, because I'm actually curious on talking about Taiwan as well, on Taiwan's case.
Wow. Interview over. You don't talk about Taiwan to the World Health Organization. So what else cannot be talked about to the World Health Organization? This is something of grave concern. Even Dr. Leslyn Lewis, who's a member of parliament, I believe, in Canada, raised her concerns. Of even more concern is this treaty, that this treaty enshrined the WHO would be in full control over what gets called a pandemic. Lewis wrote in a statement. They could dictate how our doctors can respond, which drugs can and can't be used, or which vaccines are approved. We would end up with a one-size-fits-all approach for the entire world, a one-size-fits-all response to a health crisis that doesn't even work across Canada, let alone the entire globe. And it's unfathomable what the convention, the WHO, would adopt under such a treaty would be their global vaccine passport. Either, in fact, this may be quintessential to ensuring compliance with whatever regulations or restrictions they impose during a pandemic that they declare. Now, they may even declare other things that aren't, here we say, additionally, this, as pointed out by Leslyn Lewis, the treaty would also allow the WHO to determine what is a pandemic and when it is occurring, even over something non-viral like an obesity crisis. You had a little bit too much to eat, well, you won't be allowed to possibly with the WHO. You can't get on a plane. You had one too many slices of cheesecake last week there, bucko. So is this something we want to have in our place, actually having some sort of form of legislating what goes on in our lives? We've been, like I said, we've been trying to shed these passports for the better part of 2 years now. And of course, the global elite is trying to put it on us in another fashion and using other bureaucracies to push it forward. So anyway, leave a comment down in the section down below. Are you afraid? Are you afraid of what's going on? I'm personally not afraid. I'm okay. I think if I catch the common cold, I'll take a couple days rest, I think is what I'll do. Also want to note that tonight will be the weekly live stream. I'm not doing it on Good Friday because of the holiday. I'm going to spend this beautiful Good Friday with my family. So tonight, Thursday, is the night that we'll be doing the live stream at 6:30 Pacific time. Tune in, check it out, and we'll see you then. Keep on trucking.